Down in the 905 steel town gutters, the working class bleeds under corrugated shutters, while corrupt police treat the badge as a personal ATM. In the fatal steel town shooting of 2060, the system issued 0 charges for the executing officers. These are life or death stakes. When the badge drops the hammer, the consequences disappear. To keep those consequences hidden, the department voted down the Local Transparency Act. They restrict public access by hiding behind aggressive FIPPA redactions, leaving taxpayers entirely in the dark regarding tactical actions. What you are left with is a fully immunized system. It is a vigilante syndicate that forces out good cops for reporting the truth and shields members from public scrutiny. But someone found a way around the redactions. Teflon Jon bypassed the ledgers entirely by recording a fiercely accurate rap track explicitly naming corrupt officers. Calling out active officers by name is incredibly dangerous. Given their documented history of unchecked violence and punishing informants, dropping these specifics paints a massive target on his back. He stripped away the legal jargon by breaking down complex texts like Bill 68 and the CSPA overhaul. He translated dry legislative documents into a viral format the community could easily understand. Because of that clarity, the track serves as an undeniable, unredactable chronological dossier of institutional decay. Let's break down the timeline. First, there's Officer Rachowski, caught on the wire allegedly collecting 20 racks a month to protect front scams. These financial scams caused direct collateral damage. Rachowski fingered the innocent home, sending raid squads to the wrong suburban addresses and leaving civilian families permanently traumatized. Then there's Sergeant Kevin Denser. 12 different women stepped forward, leading to 24 separate counts of serial sexual harassment knocking on the precinct door. Every single count was thrown out by the state. The Internal Bureau deliberately filed the paperwork exactly 8 days late, using a precise administrative loophole to kill the case. The Internal Bureau's repeated use of these specific administrative delays serves as a functional shield, ensuring predatory behavior remains untouchable by the law. The corruption also collapses the courts. One detective engaged in perjury and obstruction, clearing guns and suspects' beds, which entirely ruined 10 major drug trials into a systemic hell. And when caught, the officers still profit. Officer David orchestrated a $500,000 take, exploiting the paid suspension rule to earn massive stacks of taxpayer money while sitting under investigation. He then pulled the ripcord. He retired before the internal hearing could even conclude, successfully evading internal justice while permanently securing his pension. Through these specific administrative evasions, the working class is forced to financially subsidize the exact same corruption that victimizes them. The administration actively participates in this behavior. Under Project Scope, police used mob infiltrator handles to harass a sitting city councilor, disclosing their home address for political greed. On the streets, civilians like Manuel Green face arbitrary stops. He was subjected to blatant racial profiling, entirely disguised as a standard well-being check. When Green complained, the chief's internal panel quickly rubber-stamped an approval and completely cleared the officers involved. But an external judicial court reviewed the exact same facts and ruled the stop an unrighteous scam, exposing the internal review process as a sham. The department appoints its own adjudicators to judge its own cases. These panels exist solely to launder police misconduct rather than investigate it. This systemic bias guarantees a poisoned work environment. Good cops are either forced out or seconded to the Mounties, while the unchecked corruption makes the local infrastructure physically decay. Fixing this requires structural change. The first immediate step is abolishing police-appointed adjudicators and replacing them with entirely independent civilian oversight boards. Next, the CSPA needs aggressive reform to legally end suspensions with pay for severe crimes. Finally, the state must mandate that all disciplinary hearings reach a formal conclusion, permanently closing the retirement escape loophole. While the laws catch up, communities have immediate tools. The public must rely on meticulous documentation, widespread recording, and the collective leverage of civil rights lawsuits. It also requires actively supporting independent whistleblowers who assume massive personal risk to bring these concealed truths to light. Teflon Jon's lyrics pierced the institutional gray area, turning complex legal misconduct into public knowledge that the 905 now tracks in real time. The department's vote against transparency hasn't stopped the public from monitoring the ledger. Today, the 905 records every move the system makes.